Hello, welcome to the listening show you can listen to. My name is not Zach and his name is not Walter. Unfortunately for, well, everybody on Earth, it has been charged to me to start the episode today. You hear that noise? It sounds like a fan.
It's the air conditioner.
Okay. Am I hearing it outside the headphones or in the headphones?
Almost certainly both.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But it's working, so it's okay. It's a working air conditioner. Hey, welcome to Listening Show. It's a listening show you can listen to. I guess I did a joke, not a joke. I was listening to the air. What's it again? An air what?
AC, air conditioner.
Conditioner. I'm thinking of compressor. Hey, we're listening to the conditioner.
Air compressor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is air compressor. Anyway, conditioner. We heard it. We listened. Gosh darn it, your camera's foggy again. What I have to do is switch over to his camera and then turn it on and off again. So pause right there while I do this.
Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm holding. Oh, wow. Yep, I see you turn it off.
There you go.
Hey.
Crisp and yellow.
Hey, guys.
I feel like bringing this up again because these cameras and my computer, limited technology, we have to wear bright clothing in order for the white balance on those to work. And so I look mildly okay because of my gray pants, and Zach looks not quite like a Simpsons character, but you can see his skin is actually yellow.
Yeah.
Also, he has jaundice, so that comes into play.
Carrots. I eat too many carrots.
Man, do that thumbs up again. Okay, now put it down. Okay. No, stop.
I'm doing the same thing.
No, stop. Time. It got out of focus again, and then you did it and reset. So I was about to physically disconnect it. Anyway, if it gets fuzzy, we'll just have you do that again.
All right. We're doing another topic list today because we like that.
Yes.
We both enjoyed it. I listened to the last one. I was not feeling good about the last one when we were doing it. I was thinking like, this is too scattered. I was a little buzzed. And then I listened to it and I was like, that was entertaining. So I'm down for topic list from now on if you want to.
You said you weren't feeling it when we were doing it. I was having a great time. I was just enjoying myself. And
that's correct.
And I thought, like, well, that's important because if we can enjoy ourselves as content creators, people can enjoy what we did. So
yeah,
I thought the show came out goodly considering how much fun I had.
You said it better than I did in that I was having fun, but I was feeling that it wasn't going to be good entertainment, or like it wouldn't be a good listen. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh wait, it was just as fun experience. Well, and that's because I was also the one experiencing it again. I had fun the first time. Why wouldn't I have fun doing the same exact thing? More or less. I just don't have to do any talking the second time.
It's okay to be wrong.
You're right. You're right. It's the function. And I mean, is the point.
The point is I'm right.
This means point in sign language.
Well, we rode together in the vehicle to the studio out today. We didn't talk about anything except our days briefly, and I bitched about some stuff. We were talking about cops pulling us over. I'm literally very quickly summarizing some stuff we talked about. Anything else we just talked about on the way over here? It was mostly silent, which...
No. I mean, we already talked about what we talked about on the way here. I was thinking
Holy shit, you're right. When we talked about it, we did.
We did it. It's a new year. It's 2021.
Holy crap, yeah.
Yeah, January 2nd, 2021 now. I have not seen you at all since.
My watch says 2020 part 2.
There's a joke that was going around on the internet where it was like the clock was winding down and everyone was excitingly looking and 11:59:59 and then it changes to 12:51 but it says 11:60:01 and it was like no right.
Yeah, there were a lot of jokes like that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you were saying this is the first time you see me this year.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen you this year. Have you done any New Year's resolutions? We've talked about
it. Okay. You see, I changed something on New Year, but I never thought of it as a New Year's resolution. I've been talking about how I'm going to start doing gaming videos starting next year. It wasn't about New Year's resolution, but technically, kind of, you could call it that. I have started that. That's it, though. But it's been 2 days, so we'll see how long that lasts. How about you?
So far, the whole year.
All year long.
No, I don't have any resolutions. My vibrator's
that's what
on.
it is. I thought you were sliding your bottle across the table. It sounded like the...
It was like a robot bug flying around. No New Year's resolutions. I've been thinking about it today because I also am like hipster about that. I'm like, what's the point of New Year's resolutions? What's so special about January 1st that's not special about January 5th? And so like normally when it comes to like dates like that, I normally out of spite pick a little bit different, slightly different date and then just go with that as the New Year thing.
I think I understand that hipster mentality because I don't want to do something as a New Year's resolution, although I am arbitrary in a lot of things. I could have started the gaming videos like a month ago because I had the time, but I was like, now I'm going to pick a nice day to do it on.
Yeah.
Same with most things. Oh, New Year, my birthday, even though I could do these things at any point.
I mean, you only have one birthday, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No. Yes. Sorry.
I get to pick every year what my birthday is.
Or like, for example, I started, exercising, going to the gym regularly on October 26th, which is a half year mark for me because my birthday is 6 months apart from that. I didn't have to do that, but I wanted a special day to do it on. Again,
so you
very
can be
arbitrary.
6 months in on your day, on your
but
D-Day.
again, it's arbitrary, but it's easier for me to just pick. It's the first of the year. That's an easy one to start something. I don't know.
Did you and your friends talk about like what do they call them? Half birthdays? Like I guess that's what you'd call them, but like celebrate half birthdays with your friends when you were younger?
No.
We did in our neighborhood. We would always, and like of course our parents are like, you're stupid. You already get a whole birthday. But us as kids,
How about half of one?
Right. How about half of one?
You know that line?
I think I know what you're saying, but
you know what they say? No news is good news. My brain just pulled up.
Robin Hood.
How about half of one? Anyway, sorry. Yes, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
The Hangman.
But we used to walk around the neighborhood, and then we'd be like counting down the days till our birthday or our half birthday, and it was literally every day we'd talk about it, like I'm 3 months away from my half birthday. You know. That was
how old were you?
Probably like 8.
Okay, I guess for some reason I was imagining like 15. Like
that's
not something a child, but 15 isn't really a child. But yes,
No.
okay. I guess 8. I think up to 6 years old. 8 years old. Certainly not after 10. That might be up. What the word is, I think, is appropriate. You'll see that in movies like, how old are you, little lady? 5.5. Oh, my daughter's 5 years old. I'm 5.5. Like the half is important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a stereotype. But obviously at some point, how old are you? 25? Oh, I'm 25. I'm 25. I'm 25 and a half. At some point, that's not appropriate. It's just childish.
Right.
You said 8. I had to think about it. I guess 8 is appropriate.
Uh-huh.
I think after 10, it's like, okay.
Okay, so also that seems like a random thing to remember about childhood, but I remember it because I got technically my first kiss from a girl on
From
her
a girl,
half birthday.
wow.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah,
dude.
like the one, and it was like the kind you do, like, I don't know why she did. It was like a weird kid moment thing where I guess she just was like, now it's time to kiss you on the lips because it's my half birthday.
It is time.
And I wasn't like interested in girls then, but we were like hanging out on the swing set with a bunch of friends, and she's like, it's my half birthday. I should get a birthday kiss. And I was just kind of like, okay. And then I didn't say kiss me,
it's
but
like she has a point.
yeah, I guess
so.
It is her half birthday.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as guys, we're just objective, and it's like, yeah, I guess so.
I could not argue with that logic.
It checks out.
Yeah.
You know what you want me to do about it?
Yeah. So that's why I remember half birthdays. Because I mean, I also didn't think it was a big deal. And then I thought about it like years later. I was like, oh, wait, she kissed me on the lips. Before I was interested in girls, and it was just like a thing that she decided to do. Anyway.
I wonder if she's telling this story right now to somebody else and she remembers her half birthdays.
Yeah. Maybe now she's like, maybe now's her half birthday. And she's like, I'm pretty sure her half birthday was in the summer, though. It was a summer day. So she was like a December person.
That doesn't mean she can't be talking about it now, but maybe on her half birthday, she's like, I need to kiss somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's probably what it is. It's what you do on half birthdays.
Well, actually, she could. She's a girl. She could just do that. Imagine going out in public as a guy. Hey, it's my half birthday.
I think kids can, like, we were like 9 or whatever.
Yeah. I was a joke. I was taking a little bit too far.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. I think my sisters were there too, and so the other part of it is that they were making this big deal of it. And I was just kind of like, what? I don't know. It was her half birthday. Yeah, I don't even count that one as my first kiss though, because I didn't mean it. if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess.
It was a funny enough thing to just like remember randomly thinking about.
Well, it wasn't quite random. It was pretty random, but I was mentioning how I started exercising half a year out, and that's why your brain jogged to it. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Topic list always goes somewhere. That's what's fun about it.
All topic list is us sitting around and talking, and we have some experience doing that together. It's super casual. It's fun.
It's almost what we do every time we hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's different about when we hang out? Usually there's something on a screen somewhere. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes we'll literally just sit on my couch. Usually if we're on your bed or whatever, it's like we're on our phones or we have like a gaming video playing in the background.
Yeah.
Or we're driving somewhere or we're eating something somewhere. But typically just talking.
Yeah, it's like this, but I think we are like a little more actively in our head. Like when we're hanging out and talking, we don't mind if someone monopolizes the whole conversation, but now that we're doing like a show, we don't I don't think either of us let that happen, but I think usually we don't have any, like neither of us mind if someone just goes on a tear for an hour or whatever and we just kind of listen, but there's not usually good places for that on a podcast where it takes give and take or whatever, but sometimes we'll go on rants.
Yeah.
On the podcast or whatever, but no, it's pretty much the same. This is what we do normally.
I wish I could do Thanos, Josh Brolin, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do it if you want.
Oh, okay. Here we go. And I do a perfect impression. I love those arbitrary jokes.
Yeah, you got it. I was thinking about starting to work out, but I am very intimidated by the idea of day one. And I'm very intimidated by the idea of day 5 too. Like those are the 2 days to me because I get the first 4 days, but I know
you're being serious.
Yeah,
you mentioned day 1 and day 5 earlier. January 1st and January 5th. You said
that's interesting.
You were using them, and I was like,
the reason. Okay, here's another subconscious association. It was one of the things I was thinking about with New Year's resolutions was working out, and that's why I brought it up again. So the 5th,
but the 5th, I remembered. You said something about those days aren't special to me, or they're special because of some arbitrary reason.
Weird. You are on point. Like you're catching everything right now.
I'm having a lot of nos, dude. Actually, that might be it.
I'm jacked up on nos.
I am. I've been having one a day for like 2 weeks. This is my third one today, so I feel pretty good.
Are you? So you're not adhering to the 1 per day thing anymore?
Well, not today. Shoot.
Oh, it's Saturday. It's Saturday.
No, that's not it. I'm not supposed to do it until tomorrow. I just was like, I don't know.
Weak. You were weak.
Weak. Yeah.
Weak. I was weak.
Can we maybe turn the fan off? You can say no, but it's just on the whole time.
There's a remote somewhere, but
is that the one that your nephew threw and like when we were opening presents?
Yeah. I'm gonna find it.
It didn't bug me too much because we addressed at the beginning of the show, so if people are wondering what it was, they know what the noise is. But wow,
that nice.
Yeah, I'm actually a little intimidated now. It's less casual, more professional.
I know. There was definitely, and actually, I think the last podcast we did too. This was giving feedback for a while.
Dang,
it's okay. It wasn't bad. It was like first 5 minutes or whatever. We had fun. There was anyway. Talk about exercise. Those days intimidate me because I have the most. You said you got through. What, you're done with 3 months or so of exercising?
What is it now? No, that would be. I'm just over like 2 months.
I've done 40 days of exercise, and I was on a roll, and I was having fun, and I was doing a good job, and I was getting really confident, and I was getting pretty big. And
when was this?
This is probably about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I was living here, and I bought a gym membership in town. There was protein. I was spending too much money at a protein bar where there was like all these smoothies and stuff. And I was actually getting bigger. 40 days straight, and I was building. And then on day 40, I used the same weight I'd been using for a week, but I was like, I'm going to bump the rep by 1 more on my left arm because I wanted to, my right arm is my dominant arm, and I want to match. And so I want to like do a little extra with this arm. On the 31st rep, because I was doing 30 reps, 31st rep, I felt, ooh, ow. And I looked down and my bicep tore. It was like purple right here.
No.
Yeah, it hurt. And so I stopped exercising for about a month. I stopped exercising and then I didn't want to do it anymore. But now that scares me.
Yeah.
Because like you want to stretch yourself, but if this arm is like that much weaker than this arm, then like it scares me. I don't know. I want this to catch up though.
That's pretty scary. Hey, so how many, you said 31 reps?
Yeah, I was doing.
So was it what was the move and what was the weight?
I think it was 35 pounds and it was just curls at that point. I was doing curls.
A barbell curl?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, no, I was getting strong too. Like it was a lot for like skinny old me. I started with like 25s or whatever.
Right.
And I was starting at 20 reps. And then after 40 days, I built up to 30 reps. And I was really happy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm physically like repulsed at hearing that. I think I would have told you. So good news for you. The longest you've done is 40 days. You know what that means?
You were tied?
No, it means that you can do 40. It means you can do 40 days. That's, you can achieve that.
Yeah.
In my case, the most I did was 6 months. I was with a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can do that. So there's no reason that I can't get to 6 months again. That's how I see it. There's no reason I can't do that. In that 6 months time, I will be 29 years old. Hopefully I want to keep going. But anyhow, you mentioned the tearing the bicep. When I was in my 6 months, fortunately I kept going, but I was doing like upright rows or something where it shouldn't have been using my back, but then pop.
Oh,
Good times.
No.
And I went, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Oh no. All it was a herniated disc. And I say all it was because now I know, I guess it's not a big deal. Pain is one thing. Damage is another in my mind.
yeah.
Like I stubbed my toe. Doesn't hurt that bad, but it must be fractured, like you said, or a hairline fracture because I keep hitting it, hurt, and it keeps. Well, anyway, herniated disc, really painful. Apparently, is not a big deal from what I can tell because it heals on its own. There's nothing you can do except let it heal. So I did, and after a couple weeks, I went back to the gym. And anyway, very gross, but like freaking tearing your bicep.
So like it wasn't as bad. Like it looked really bad because you know how like you've seen a torn bicep where it just gets like bloody
and I don't want to.
It just looks like a big bruise, but it's not. It's splotchier. It's like the blood fills up the extra space or whatever, and you can still like move it and stuff, but it hurts really bad.
Ugh, I don't want to.
Technically, that's what you're doing when you're working out, right? You're just tearing like fibers so they can rebuild. And so, but it's like when you tear it too much, then it starts bleeding because the vessel. I don't understand the science of it exactly, but I looked and it was like, and then I showed there's a guy at the gym there, and I was like, "Is this bad?" And he's like, "It's actually not that bad, but I would stop working out for a couple weeks, you know." So, yeah,
Well,
those are just things.
At
that
least
heal.
it did get better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. I mean, yeah. Again, I just want it. I'd like to work out this year, and I don't know when I'm like start doing that, but. Between
I don't know a lot about. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You can go ahead. I
was gonna say I don't know a lot about working out. I think you would actually have more experience because you did football as a kid for however long.
Yeah.
So you would have had some athletic activity at the very least. I've had nothing like that at all. So I think you have an advantage. But 35 pounds for 31 reps. What were you thinking with that?
Well, I wanted to get my muscles bigger, so I did low reps with I did a couple, like a week and a half of like 25, and I was like, this is getting too easy. And then I thought, I actually want to bulk up a little bit. And so I started doing 30 pounds, and I was able to do it, but I'd do like 20 reps, and then I made it up to 25. And then I was thinking, if I want to keep bulking, then I should add 5 more pounds and do 20. And I was able to just barely do 20. And then after about a week of doing 35s and doing 20, then it was like 35 days at this point. And then I bumped it up to 35 and I tried 30 reps. And I was able to do it for about 5 days, like I said. But then that 5th day, I was like, I just want to do one extra. And I knew I shouldn't have done it. I should have just stuck with what I could.
But 30 reps, I can't think of any exercise. Like I think I can think of a reason to do 20 on some, but 30, unless it's like a body weight or something. I don't know why you'd go, because my understanding is higher weight, lower reps is how you bulk, as opposed to higher reps is for cardio, leaning. Like I like, I'm a skinny person, I like that. But more reps, regardless of the weight, isn't bulking, I don't think.
Well, it was okay. So the way I understand it, and okay, don't don't try that because obviously that didn't work. People at home. This is my logic is if you do lower reps to bulk and you do higher reps, lower weight to cut and lean, right? Then first I want to bulk and then I want to lean it out, right? But I don't want to lean it out with a smaller weight than what I bulked up with. And so in my mind, it made sense that you just start with lower reps and then build the reps with a higher weight. That was obviously
came up with the idea for those reps on your own.
Well, I used logic that's like out there, but the logic, I was like a little over eager, I think. I just went too fast.
Yeah, well, that I understand because you're somebody who just like perfectionist might be the word. You want to give me 5 seconds to think of the right way to say this. NOS, activate. You don't want to do anything less than what you know you're capable of, and so you'll go all the way, even if it's too much.
Correct.
Okay, because that's the kind of person you are.
I think you're like that too.
I certainly have that tendency, but when it comes to exercise, as an example, I can totally restrict myself. In fact, I think a stronger part of my personality is order, routine, measured things in a way. So like with exercise, I don't know, it says in my notes, increase the weight or whatever reps, and here's my limit for myself or whatever. I mean, not like, for example, I know I mentioned this, I think it was last time we talked. I said, if you start exercising, don't go, I know you're going to want to, but don't go ham on the first day or first week. Like for me, I will intentionally take it easy. For you, as opposed to me, I'm sure that's more difficult to restrict yourself.
I have a story about it.
Okay.
I don't run, but I decided if you don't do something, you should at least get okay at it. And so I was like, I'm going to start running. And you were correct in that if I can keep going, I make myself keep going until I can't go anymore. But with running, if you're not used to running, you're going to die. You're going to just kill yourself.
Same with weight training.
Sure. But I'm just stupid. And I wanted to I was like, I'm going to run until I literally can't move anymore. And so I went out my neighborhood. And I ran around the block like twice. And and I've got like asthma, even though it doesn't come up anymore. And so I was like, I'll just push through it. It'll be fine. I got home and I got that feeling where I can't run anymore. And but I'm going to run all the way inside. And I don't know if it was me running and out of breath.
Didn't you?
I sat down at the couch and my eyes started going, whoa. I was like, oh no. And I just passed out on the couch. I passed out. And I was like, yeah, I was not good. I just exercised too much. And I was like sweating and I felt sick the rest of the day.
How fast do you think you were going?
I don't know.
Which is like, I'm going to get there as fast as possible. The house is on fire versus I'm going fast versus I'm jogging. I don't know.
The goal was to go as far as I could go. So it wasn't sprinting.
About speed, yeah, but the speed makes a big difference. That's why I was asking.
But you also know that I like to like sprint at the end of my runs too. I like to sprint home, like end strong. And so like after I got to that point where I was like, I can't run anymore, I sprinted really hard for the last leg. And then that's when I was, that was too much. And my heart could not handle it. So I've been scared to run ever since, and I won't do it. Here's what I think I need. I think I need a personal trainer because they will stop you when they know that you need to stop.
Yeah.
But
a good trainer would.
I have the opposite problem that most people do is I want to stop too late.
Yeah.
And I think a personal trainer would know.
Yeah, I know that. That's totally true about you.
I think that I need to get a personal trainer before I start exercising.
I definitely learned some things. One thing I got to the 6 months, and so with a trainer, so now I know I can do that. And I learned some things. Obviously, I'm glad I did it. I can't say regret it, but I'm also glad I'm doing it myself now. But we'll see how that goes. As far as running, I like running. I've said this to a few people before. I say, how you have dreams about flying because it's like the best feeling ever? Like, yeah. And I go, I have more dreams about running than I do flying. I know I've told you that, but you give me that look like, really? I think that's a good way to describe, like, that's how I feel about it. I love it. It's just cool. Very freeing feeling. Anyhow, I haven't done it in like a decade. When I got weight and hadn't run, if ever I've tried, my ankles hurt really bad, and so I'm really discouraged from trying. But at the gym, I got this from my trainer. I'm doing HIITs, which is high intensity training. So basically, you're on an incline or not, like a treadmill. like minute. So every minute you're at a jogging pace, and a minute of not a sprint but a run, minute slower run. So you're going on and off, and you do that within a however long a window, 10 to 20 minutes. So now I'm slowly increasing that every week. Now I'm running more than I have in years, and my ankles have been fine so far. I'm like being cautious with, I want to sprint, but I don't want to just hurt my ankles and discourage myself. So it requires a lot of patience, even though it's my favorite thing to do it, but I am fairly patient. But it's exciting to go like I did it today. I'm like, this is the easiest time I've had running in a long time. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The end.
Have you ever gotten a runner's high while you're running?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though.
Oh, man. That is like the best feeling in the world.
You know what's so I was just thinking about how I used to run with somebody for a little bit, and you'll never be more motivated to run than running past, not even in, but past a graveyard at night. You think you're running fast, and you go by there, you're like a little bit faster.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Perfectly quiet, perfectly dark. All you can see are just some tombstones right there.
And a couple spirits. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a couple of them.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
Okay. Runner's high experience. I had one decently recently, rhyming. But I was, this was another time I was, because I run sometimes, but it's never just to run. I normally run when I'm playing Frisbee or I'm making a quick errand or something to the liquor store up the street or something. Like that's when I'll jog. I was jogging to get liquor from the liquor store. Halfway there, it did not take long, but it's something about the pace I was on, something about what was in the air. I think that's half the problem half the time is like what's in the air, because the air was so clean and clear that day. I'm running. I get halfway there and I feel that feeling of a runner's high. And I was like, I could just keep running. And I just kept going. I was like, I'm not going to stop at the liquor store. I'm going to just stick this pace that I'm doing. I just want to see how far I can go. And I just start going up the street that I live on there. And I got all the way down like to a different liquor store that was like 2 miles away. And then I was like, I could just keep going. And so I kept going. I felt like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
I think I got like 4.5 miles in. And for a person who does not run, I didn't stop or change pace once. And it got to where I was like, I'm getting bored of running, but I could just keep going. And I wish I would have kept going just to see how far I could go. But I was also a little worried. Like, maybe I'm on some weird drug that I don't know of.
Yeah.
It was insanely, it felt so good though. But once you stop when you're on a runner's
Then you
high,
realize
then you
how
realize,
tired
oh,
you
that
are.
sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that for the moment, you could just keep, it's so bizarre. It's like your body's lying to you.
Yeah, I've been there, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And there's a guy I knew in Colorado. He was very athletic, did legit parkour. And he would tell me about how one time, so you know the altitude up there and low oxygen. So being in shape there is especially in shape. He went to the Bahamas and ran on the beach for however long. It's like, there's so much air. I could just keep running. It was great. And he was running and he said, and then all of a sudden he just collapsed while he was running. But he felt fine, which was the weird part. I was like, my legs just stopped working. I don't know why that is. I think it's because it must have been some kind of compensation between getting all the energy, but then being fatigued and not knowing it. I don't know. That was a weird thing to hear. I was like, really?
That's concerning. It's all concerning.
Maybe-
You shouldn't work out, people.
That's the lesson. Nah, don't do it. Stay home.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, in football, I was in soup. That was the best shape I've ever been in my life, by far.
Football, I was in soup. That was the best shape I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, football was fun. I wish I would have kept playing through high school, but became friends with you instead. No, it was
So
that's
now
what I
so
started.
now I watch football on Sundays and just fantasize about what could have been.
What it could have been like watching, all these receivers like, that could have been me. No, I don't think that exactly. I have some confidence that I could have done good in college if I had tried really hard, but
It's nice to have that feeling about most anything, to be confident in your abilities and go, if I wanted to do this, I could. That's, how do I put that? Taken for granted, I think, undervalued in people. It's a great thing to have, even if you don't realize it. If it's just, that's just a little bit of supportive thing to say to somebody. If you have a belief that you are capable of doing something, there's some, not necessarily you want, but you know what? If I tried, if I worked, I could do that. Think about that for a little bit, what that might mean to you. Just consider it. Anyway.
I call it my Uncle Rico moments when I think back on football because I used to throw a football over the mountains. I was not a thrower, but on the football team I was on, it was a really bad football team. But I was one of the best players, and I was a freshman, and I played every single position except for quarterback during my time there, which is, well, that is
just anything but the best position.
21 positions. Yeah, but technically you're right. But part of me was also like, at one point my coach was looking for a different quarterback because we were so bad. And I did not want to be quarterback because I knew what our offensive line was like. I was like, I'm going to get killed if I'm a quarterback. But I was like the number one receiver for a little bit. I had to start as a lineman, and then they realized I had hands. And so I started catching. I had a friend over who was on my football team within the last 6 months. But he came over at my house because we learned we were neighbors. So I was like, oh, I haven't seen you since football. You should hang out. And so he came over. We were having beers and stuff, and we were reminiscing. And we both were like, this is like Uncle Rico. It's like we both were like, man, we could have played. And he actually went on. There were three of us on the team that were like captains. I was one, he was one, and another guy was one. And those other two guys went on to get scholarships for college. And so he actually did get to play some. He got injured. He couldn't play any after that, but we were talking about it. He's like, man, I wish you would have kept playing. You were really, really good. And I was like, felt good. I'm like, I knew I could have, but it was like a nice moment for me because I do think back and think I could have been really good. But it's a little different from when you were saying it's a good thing when people know that they could do something, because that's more like I know I could have done something. It's not regret territory because I'm glad that I got to do all the musicals and plays that I got to do instead. But it is certainly like a big fork in the road that I didn't even realize was happening when it was. I was like, all the girls aren't at football practice. They're at musicals. So I should do that. Oh, man. You didn't have any desire to ever play any sports, did you?
Actually, I wanted to play soccer.
Why?
Running.
You didn't even want to kick the ball. Just lollygagging.
Because it had, I guess there's a lot of sports that have running in it, but I liked the idea of, I don't know, I guess the idea was entirely in my head. I liked the idea of using my feet. The closest thing I got was hacky sack for a while, foot bag. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I started foot bag after having thought I would have liked to play soccer. So however true it was, I had the idea in my head that playing with my feet would be fun, and hacky sack was very enjoyable to me. So I guess that's the answer to your question.
Does that actually call it foot bag?
I think that is the correct name for it. I don't think it's
foot
hacky
bag?
sack. I think is the
thing itself.
It's like basketball, football, puck, hockey. It's like hacky sack foot bag, I think.
Foot bag is such a dumb name.
It is. I don't like it, but I might be wrong. I thought I heard at some point. Oh, it's called foot bag.
It's like, obviously that's a foot bag, you idiot. Whoever named it.
Now this I heard, and I don't think this is true, that it was made up because I can't remember what the drug was. I want to say it was weed. They used to use it to hide drugs, and if ever cops came by it, then they would just kick it around and act like it was a game.
That doesn't seem real.
It doesn't make sense at all. You're gonna hide drugs in a ball.
Yeah, what if you kick it too hard, it busts, and you just got coke flying everywhere?
That didn't make sense to me, and I didn't like it either.
I don't like that.
I don't like that story. I don't like that fact.
I don't like that fact.
Yeah, I heard that though one time.
That's an interesting narrative. I don't think that's real. That seems stupid. I can't imagine that has happened where people have hidden coke in hacky sacks. In foot bags. Foot bag sounds like way too
crass.
Like European. It sounds like something that you would buy at a luxurious like
I see.
Like authentic
fancy
fashion show. Like and Regina sporting her foot bag. All the latest fashion. And then it's like
a mini-sized fanny pack, like swung over on your ankle.
A purse that's like dangling on your pinky.
Yeah,
like a pinky purse. Foot bag. Pinky purse?
Pinky purse. That purse for your pinky. Foot bag. Something stupid like that.
For all your pinkies needs.
You ever notice how fucking useless your pinky toe is?
Screw that.
Guess what?
Get a foot bag.
Yes.
You ever realize how useless you are? That's really stupid.
Not anymore. Introducing the pinky purse.
Pinky purse. That would be a great like gamer tag.
I love weird names like that for
Pinky
gamer
purse.
tags. Most often, I think gamer tags are the auto-populated ones. Like if you have the computer, it's compound. It's 2 words put together. I started a list. It's very short, but every once in a while, randomly, I'll think of, I'd be like an interesting gamer tag.
We've talked about that. We came up with some great gamer tags. Yeah. I told you that I named my fantasy football team the Grumbly Dumpkins.
Yeah, it's just a fun, like, imagine seeing that in a lobby. You're like, hey. Yeah.
Grumbly Dumpkins.
Yeah, all right. I'm glad he's on my team.
And I won this year. I won my fantasy football league this year.
It's over?
Yeah. Because it goes through the week 16 of the regular season, because week 17, a bunch of people rest their starters. And then the playoffs, not all the teams are playing. So, because that's the playoffs. But I won it, and I got dinner. It happened to be my roommate and I in the championship. And I was like, friendly wager time, since we happened to do... Like, we always did a money league, and this year we didn't do money league. And I'm so bummed because I would have won like $100 this year. But I was like, all right, my team is better. I got to wager something so I can get something out of this.
Yeah, I need that.
I was like, dinner at Heroes. And he was like, deal. Winner or loser has to buy. And so he took me to Heroes on Friday night. Free meal.
It was a good time, and he's a good guy. And
yeah, the Grumbly Dumpkins.
We're seeing each other again, and
yeah, I think we really had some chemistry.
I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
We've been quoted Napoleon Dynamite 2 times.
Yeah, quite a bit, actually.
I think I could throw a football over the mountains.
Stupid.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
Back to New Year's and resolutions.
Okay.
One of the things that I wanted to do was determine if I have to get to the end of this year and I'm doing the same things and I'm the same way that I am right now, I'd be disappointed. So how do I get it to where at the end of the year I don't feel disappointed in what I did that year? And I've been trying to figure that out. I haven't figured that out yet.
Grow another inch on my penis. I'd be way less. I'm in progress this year.
Something about the way you said grow another inch, and I just was like not at all entertained. And then you added that. You're so stupid.
Thank you.
Nah, I don't know. Things that I can control though, like because obviously, if I got to the end of the year and had a full big woodsman beard, I wouldn't be disappointed. That'd be good enough. I'd be happy if I ended the year with a beard, but I can't control that. What can I control that could make me happy with how I turn out this year? Ugh. Do you have that answer for yourself?
Oh, okay. I'm looking at you. Couldn't.
I don't know. That's why I'm bringing it up. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to pick yet. I don't know what to do this year.
Well, I would suggest you do 41 days of exercise.
I'm gonna break something. That's why I said day 1 and day 5 scare me. It's because I am going to go too hard trying to be as good as I can be. Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly how good to be.
Just don't.
Okay.
Just don't go.
Never mind. That was a terrible idea. That's a good suggestion.
41, that's all.
I'm just mad at it because that's the one I don't know.
I'm trying to get to 6 months and one day. In my mind, 6 months on my own is better than 6 months with a trainer. Mm-hmm. Because I don't have that accountability now, so which means I'm doing a better job in my mind. So really, my goal is 6 months.
It's a good goal.
I'm of course hoping I'll keep going, but one goal at a time. I think it's a reasonable goal.
You're looking noticeably trimmer this week, by the way.
Thanks.
I don't know if that's anything. I don't know if that's a lie.
No, it's a perception stat. Yeah, perception stat. It's a perception. Plays a Skyrim. It shows like 5 up here.
Perception 5.
I look better. I'm not actually better. It's just it's a perception stat.
Yeah, you got your upgrade.
Yeah. It's like charisma.
Yeah, lock picking.
You're not actually smarter. People just like you more. Intelligence versus charisma, attractiveness versus perception. No, I don't think I've lost any weight. I'll find out tomorrow. But I think I'm thinner in the face, and I probably should be because I've had considerably less bad stuff.
Well, it's not. Again, you're working out too. I think maybe some of your visceral fat is probably getting integrated into your musculature.
That's a great gamer tag. Visceral fat.
I'll be pinky purse, and you could be visceral
fat. Sorry, what about visceral fat? Were you saying?
I was just saying it's getting integrated into your musculature.
I like to think so, but no, I don't think so.
Then you hold up like a huge arm, like a huge, just like kill somebody.
No,
I'm pretty weak. And then
I always think of
you put like a walnut and no.
Nah. I think of I'm pretty sure it was the rooster or chicken from Looney Tunes. He does this and it just draws like a sagging U. Like it just, I
think isn't it Sylvester the cat?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that joke had occurred
multiple times.
Yeah, in different cartoons, but that's where I think I saw it. But I think of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. The chicken and
I'm not, I mean, I would like to be in shape, obviously, but my goal is just be good for 6 months. And then if I get in better shape, great. But I'm not going to stop now because I'm not happy with where I am in 2 months. That's no attitude.
That's the other thing about the whole working out as a goal this year. I also don't really care to bulk up anymore. Like that's what I know how to do it now. And I mean, I just don't know how to start, but I know in theory how to do it and I'm willing to bulk up, but that's not that doesn't sound appealing to me anymore.
I understand.
What sounds appealing would be, I'd like to be kind of in general shape so I could, if I'm playing sports, then I can not be the first one who's wheezing and coughing. Like that's a pretty good goal.
Yeah.
To look generally be pleased with how I look in the mirror. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Like look forward to taking showers because while I'm washing my hair, I look down and I just see just like a ripple board of abs.
Oh, I have different ripples when I look down.
Yeah. Hot either way. I just ripples is the goal.
Ripples of visceral fat. Visceral fat is such a funny phrase.
Visceral fat ripples.
Visceral and word now I think about it. Anyway,
doesn't visceral just mean like adjacent?
No, it means like aggressive. That's what it means.
I meant like
that's why it's funny to me. It's like raging flab or something.
Man, my mom has been on my case because I don't know what words mean. I technically use ones that make sense in a sentence, but that's not what I intend. I thought visceral meant was like the fat that's in the excess parts. Visceral. A visceral reaction is like strong
aversion.
Yeah, you're right. What you said is right.
Well, that's not aversion. It's aggression. It's probably a better synonym. Yeah, I obviously wouldn't mind not hating how I look, but that's not I would just like to be in shape. So I go, I'm healthy. I'm in shape, and I'm not. I don't have any adverse reactions to anyone critiquing what kind of shape I'm in or how healthy I am. Like I'm healthy, I'm in shape. Like I'm that's all. I don't need to have big muscles. I don't just not be fat and be in shape. That's about it. So I can do shit. Be good.
Yeah, I just would. It'd be fun to be able to, like, pick up casual like soccer, just on the exercise days.
If I were to pick up something, I've been thinking about it. I'm trying to. I don't want to put too many things on myself, but if I were to add something else, it'd be. Make sure I get it right. Well, yeah, jiu-jitsu, martial art. That's what I'd want to do.
I asked you if you wanted to join me for that when I was considering doing that this last year.
Well, like I said,
I didn't do it, but I asked you if you wanted to. Yeah.
If I get to a point where like exercising, whatever, and everything I'm doing is totally manageable and not even feel like a chore anymore, then I would want to tack on martial arts after gym. But
after gym?
Yeah. You got to do it in the same day.
I would do it in lieu of gym.
You mean instead of gym?
Yeah, like if you still do the gym, but you only do it on days when you don't do martial arts.
Oh, man, I gotta... Like, what about football players? Freaking, they're like doing gym every day and football every day. Not every day. I mean, like,
I think they have a schedule where it's like they'll do gym twice a week, and then they'll do cardio twice a week, and then they do their exercise.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't be doing jujitsu or martial arts for the exercise. So it's not quite the same. I guess if it was a super labor intensive sport like football, I could understand it being in lieu of, but for me, I would do the martial art because I want to do martial arts. I think it's cool.
I think it'd be good to know too, because I've thought about how many people deserve to be beat up, and about like, wait, I could do that
By me.
I could be the guy who beats them up. No, I just in general, it'd be good to know.
Well, of course, it'd be good to know, just like it'd be good to be in shape. But I think I want to. I think I want. No, let's just forget that sound of a complete thought. I think it's cool. I think I would enjoy it. That's why I want to do it.
Yeah, my most recent experience with a martial artist was a friend who, while we were having a party, he was like, "I did martial arts growing up. I bet I could kick over your head." And I was like, "No, you can't." And he's a smaller guy. And then his wife was like, "Yeah, he could probably kick over your head." And I was like, you've been drinking though, so I'm not gonna let you kick over my head. And you're a lot shorter than me. He's like, "Trust me, I'll do it." I was like, "How about this? You can kick in front of my head, and then I'll determine if it was high enough." He kicks in front of my head, and his foot gets up to about here. And I was like, he goes, "It's a good thing I didn't kick over your head." He's going to just literally just boot to the face.
Yeah.
He did not get close. And so part of my faith in martial arts died that day. I was like, "Oh, you took martial arts, huh?" But he was also drinking, so
Yeah,
it shouldn't count.
What kind of kick was it?
Like the roundhouse, like where you jump and then you put your back of your foot over.
So did he actually jump? Like
Yeah.
2 feet off the ground and then
No, he
swing?
didn't jump too. That's the whole point. Is that
That's
he
what he
did
was-
not get high enough.
But that's he was trying to. The roundhouse, I don't think you jump. Whatever, I don't know.
I don't know what the names are. He
But he
jumped in the air and
spun.
kicked. Yeah, he spun and he kicked up in the
with
air.
his heel, right? Like his heel led the kick.
No, the front of his foot. So he
Well.
spun and then he jumped up.
Oh, I think I get it. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that kick is different than like a straight on. I didn't like. I guess different height. Like I would think you'd have to swing to the side to get the height because you have to lift your hip. Otherwise, it's just your knee forward.
He
You can't-
swung his back foot around like this, planted with this foot, then jumped off and used the foot he swung around.
I get it now.
Yeah, I can't. He used this back.
Imagining him like right in your face.
I know. It was like in front, and everybody was watching in this living room of his house.
Funny.
It was funny. It's funny in retrospect,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm never not trusting myself.
Yeah. Also,
At this
martial
kind
arts
of
are
thing.
bad.
Yeah. Part of my faith died, is how I'll say it.
That's funny.
They must not work if he can't kick over my head.
I hope I'm not wrong, but I assume like freaking kids get black belts. Like if kids can get all the way up, then certainly some late ass adult could do it,
Yeah.
unless it's like school or any other kind of talent based thing. Like acting might be a good example. You're not competing against kids for a black belt. This is like adult level version of. I don't know if it works that way.
Yeah.
I assume all the I don't know why martial arts. I assume it's the same regardless of what age you are. It's the same moves, same technique. I assume so. Theoretically, if a kid gets a black belt, it's just as simple for an adult, as opposed to something like I guess football is the same thing. The rules don't change. Maybe you compete against children, but you're learning the exact same thing as opposed to acting. Maybe that's a good example. As opposed to, I don't know. It's got to be easy. It's got to be easy is what I'm thinking. I hope I'm right, but like
It's easy with practice, I think, like anything else.
yeah, I
mean,
think all it is it's not that it's easy, I should say. It's simple enough that a kid can do it, but yes, I'm sure regardless of how old you are, it takes time and or talent. I mean, you're not just they're a kid when they get a black belt because they've been doing it for a long time, not because it's I don't know.
I dated a black belt, and my impression was that once you can perform all of the there's obviously techniques, but once you have mastery over each technique, you get bumped up to different tiers, and black belts have to be masters of every kind of technique. I don't understand exactly, but you have to do these tests, and you have to know the motions and the moves, and you have to memorize them, and then you have to do sparring sessions with people where like there's some people like in order to get like your I can't remember what they're called, but like your second and third tier black belt or whatever they're called. A lot of people will like make you spar with like 3 or 4 people at a time. And you have to just defend yourself and you practice sparring against multiple people. And it looks really cool. You just see this guy like throwing people around by himself, like trying to work on fighting multiple people. And it's so cool.
As far as martial arts, boxing isn't a martial art, right? But I was thinking, I don't know if it is. It's not this beside the point. But if there was a non-lethal, non-weapon type of fighting style that you had to learn, which one would you choose as a, like boxing versus a martial art? I personally, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to box. I guess I could see the appeal of punching a bag, for example, but for me, it doesn't interest me as much as locks, linear movements. Kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying boxing doesn't have chess-like elements, but that interests me a lot more. Do you have one that you're like, this one looks interesting or something?
Capoeira. Brazilian dance fighting, dude. I'm not even joking. Dude, I'm not joking.
How about drunken boxing?
Look at me.
Actually.
Look at my eyes. I want to do capoeira. Okay. So in Brazil, there was like slave owners. And then the slaves would do like, they were allowed to celebrate their things that were in their religion, and so they would make up days where they were their religious holidays where the slaves got to go and celebrate this holiday, and they would dance. They would tell their masters that they dance for this holiday, but what the dancing really was like sparring. Basically, it looks like dancing because they do like all these flips and cartwheels and stuff, but then they kick over each other's head and they learn to dodge and all this stuff. And so you basically just do an improvised choreographed fight where you're sweeping underneath the legs and you're learning to jump over things and stuff. And they did this every so often to celebrate their religion. They made this up, but eventually they did an uprising and they just beat the tar out of all their owners and got control of and beat him up with capoeira, Brazilian dance fighting. And it was like such a cool story. And then I was at college one day is where this happened. And there was like this, like people were giving up posters, capoeira. And we are like, what's capoeira? Is this Brazilian dance fighting? I think we got to check this out. So me and my friend and another one of our friends, there was 3 of us, we went and all checked. And there was like this guy who was just in like his gi, and him and his partner were just like, capoeira is this, and he had a very strong accent. Anyway, he started talking about the history of it, and we were like, that's so cool. And he goes, now I will teach you capoeira. And so we were in this like game room. I don't know if you remember the game room at Johnson County.
Yeah, I do.
But they had moved all the tables and couches away. And then we just all lined up, and he goes, all right, the first move is a handstand. And so we all try to do handstand. He goes, if you cannot do it, that's all right, because capoeira is about fluidity. You about motion. And then he starts doing all the cartwheels and stuff on one hand and flipping and bending down. It was so amazing to watch. And then the other guy joins in and they just start doing, it looks like this. They're just like crawling over each other and jumping and flipping. And they have, their whole thing is to roll around and cartwheel a bunch.
That's funny.
But then they kick over people's heads and they kick under them, and you have to learn how to move around it.
That's funny because it's kind of like, I forgot. It's kind of like hip hop dancing and martial arts.
Yes.
So those are 2 things that you would.
It looks like breakdancing, but a little slower because you do it slow.
It's fluid.
Yeah,
it's
you do.
Not quite like hip hop, but
your intent is not to hit the person.
Yeah.
Your intent is to swing at them and to give them time to move out of the way.
Still requires a lot of control.
Oh, oh my goodness. This is the other reason I want to do capoeira. Right?
I want to do capoeira. Like you have to drop
say
it and do the accent.
Yeah, you have to. Every time you do, you say, this is why I want to do capoeira.
Yeah.
When you do capoeira, like their shoulders and their arms are huge because they're like walking on their hands most of the time. They're just literally just flipping and just cartwheeling. It's like everything here, their backs are just super strong because they use their hands all the time. It's like gymnastics, but it's not a lot of jumping high and stuff. It's like you stay low to the ground and then you cartwheel around. I wish I could just like show you what the guy was doing because it was like mesmerizing to watch this guy do capoeira.
I'll bet.
It was. I was like, oh, I did it. And then we got good at some of like the cartwheels. Now, the other thing about it was that it's clearly for a certain body type. I'm a little too tall for it, but I thought about like, what if I got just big enough in the shoulders and stuff that I could do all that and be super athletic that way? And I was like, that'd be good. But I don't know, like, I don't know what people think about like other cultures doing Brazilian dance fighting, but the idea is so cool to me. I want to revolt against the slave owners.
I like that it's so unique. It's not like the word jujitsu where people have heard of it, and if you say that, they wouldn't even think about martial art or any kind of defense. So
they would.
I like it as underdog. Basically, it's why I like it.
It's capoeira, dude. I want to do it so much. I don't know if I've expressed that. If there's anybody local who does capoeira,
you should do a song about it.
Capoeira.
And that's like it does it before the chorus.
If anybody is local,
no, it drops to. It's the only time it's spoken in the song. You have to. It has to be that. You have to. Yeah, you have to keep that rule. You have to stop what you're doing to say it that way.
It's spelled like capoeira.
We're gonna do some I can't.
Like that's right before the drop.
Yeah. It is the drop basically.
Capoeira.
Yeah.
Capoeira. It's so cool. What I remember about it is that when we were doing the handstand part, he goes, try to walk across the room. So I was like trying to walk across the room, and I've never been able to take more than 5 or 6 steps. But he said something, and I cannot remember what he said, but he said, all you have to do is XYZ. And he said some small minor technique. It was something about where you're supposed to look or something. And so I tried it, and I just started walking around the room on my hands. Never been able to do it before in my life, but I was just like, oh, you just do this. And everybody was like, whoa, he's just doing it. I was like, he just told me that. And then I've never been able to remember what he told me to do.
Yeah, it's nice to get the technique and tips and stuff. It's like it's like an example is on a motorcycle, you're supposed to look where you're turning. You don't look, you do this.
Right.
And that's right. I was a motorcycle course. I mean, I've heard it before, but I hadn't actually practiced it. Like, you don't pass unless you do this. Made sure I did it. But look where you turn. Because you're doing this, the specific example is a figure 8 in a small box on a big bike. So it's like really tight, slow, whatever. I could do this, but suddenly by looking out here, so much easier. Yeah. Very strange, but simple technique. So
I dropped my bike one time when I did the training courses because I was just like, oh, what's that? And I just started looking down and slide.
That is called target fixation.
Yep.
But it's different.
Yeah. No, I was sad that I did it because
that's what happened when I crashed the second time. I was looking at the curb. I was like, oh no, I can't get all the way. I should have looked and committed. Just like, if you think you're going to crash anyway, you may as well go for not crashing. That would have been the right approach. But I had been programmed to react that way. So I was like, oh no. You know,
oh, there it comes.
Oh man,
it's still coming.
Oh man, any second now. Too late. If I had done things differently,
I sure can't get out of this now.
Sure can't.
One of our fans actually commented and asked that we talk about how we got into motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
And he asked if I had ridden, and yes is the answer.
He asked the question for ridden. Yes. Yeah, let's answer that question.
How'd you get into motorcycles? That's the important question.
Yeah. Yes. Is the answer.
That's the answer.
Question. Okay, it's not that long of a story. I wanted something to drive. I wanted to get a Jeep because I thought they were. No, I take it back. Sorry, I wanted to get a go-kart. I thought go-karts were awesome. They're small. They're fast. But unfortunately, there's no situation where they're road legal. It's like, oh man. So I thought, what's the closest thing to a go-kart? Well, I guess a Jeep is kind of like a big go-kart. They're cool. They cost too much. There's no way I could ever get one. Well, my brother has a motorcycle. I guess they're small and fast. Maybe. Okay, I'll try that because I can afford it. And I got it, and I really liked it. That's how I got into motorcycles. And I was 19 when I got my first motorcycle. So
you were that old? You got your first bike?
I was old, yeah.
What was your first bike?
A 1992 Kawasaki Ninja 250. So it's as old as I was, and it was it leaked as much as I do also.
Yeah, pooping all the time.
No, oil.
Yeah.
Anyway, oil. Horrible bike. But anyway.
92.
That's how I got into the motorcycles.
Yeah. I got into motorcycles because you were into motorcycles. And when you're friends with somebody and you're like, that looks cool, then you try it out.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened with me. Is my brother like, he seems to really like it.
Yeah, and it looked cool. And so you drove out with me to pick up mine, and it's a Kawasaki Ninja 2003 500, I believe.
Yep.
And it is modified for a woman. So it was really low to the ground, and I'm a tall guy, so I do not fit on it. But it is fun, and I haven't ridden it in a few years. Rode it in a few years.
So how old were you when you got it?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember. I could probably
Probably
look
like 5 years.
I bet it's on my driver's license because it said I got this 2016, so 5 years.
Well, technically it's 2021, barely.
Yeah, but I got this at the beginning
so
of
say
2016.
4.5 because it was like summertime when you got it. But anyway,
No, it was older than I got this, so it's been over 5 years.
okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's how we got into motorcycles.
yeah.
I propose that we don't get married and that we do impressions.
Okay.
Not a game, but we did this once with Harry Potter. We took like a series of characters in movies and just went back and forth doing characters. So I thought about Star Wars. You okay with picking these out of Star Wars?
Yeah, we could just start.
You were quoting Dex.
Dex, that's his name.
Yeah.
I said, what did I even say? Wow. What did I say?
Something about training darts. Yeah.
Okay, I messed up the quote because we were in here and you said, wow. And I said, wow, what do you know? And I said it like that, but then I was like looking at my phone, I was reading something and I read somebody who's like, I'm training to do this or whatever. And so I was like saying the quote where he says, Camino saber darts, but I said it, Camino training darts, and then you were like, you just like, what? You're like, what did you just say? But I like that guy. When he goes, what do you know? I think that every time someone says, what do you know? I think, what do you know? Yeah.
I don't remember the quote exactly, but I'll give it a go, and then you can go. Well, what do you know? I ain't seen one of them since I was prospecting on the Outer Rim.
That's great.
You want to do that, or just about a shorter?
Rim. Yeah, I can't. You do it.
What you have here is a Camino saber dart. You can do that one if you want.
I already did it like 4 times. I won't make him listen to it again.
Characters. There's so many characters in Star Wars. That's why it's great.
I think the most interesting sounding characters are all from Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Because there's like you want to buy death sticks? Like that guy? I don't want to sell you death sticks.
He's I don't know if you remember Matrix. I think his character's name was Mouse. He's the one who designed that. That's actually him.
I designed her. Yeah, that guy.
But yeah. I want to go home and rethink my life. I don't know what he sounds like.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Another interesting voice character is Ling Su, I think is his name. He's the Camino guy. He says a lot of things, but he shows Obi-Wan around the cloning facility with the long neck.
Yeah, that is an interesting voice.
Yeah.
I can't remember it at all, though.
I guess I can try first because I'll be able to remember the words, and that'll help me remember the voice. I trust, not to sound like that. I trust you'll enjoy your stay. Please sit. And now to business. You will be delighted to hear that we are on schedule. One more line. 100,000 or 200,000? 200,000 units already, with 1 million more well on the way.
It's so good.
You know what it is now.
Yeah,
you remember him.
I do know the voice, but I don't think I'm gonna get close. So
Well, you could tap out if you want. It's not a contest. This is for fun.
It's sort of. I don't even remember the lines. Welcome. I can't. But yeah, I don't know.
Of course he did. This army is for the Republic.
Of course he did. This army is for the Republic. Master. Wait, don't tell me. What's his name? Master Cypher. Cypher.
You're pointing at me like want me to say it, but you just told me not to say.
Okay, say it.
Cypher DS.
Cypher DS. Yeah, I remember Cypher, but I was like, Cypher's from the Matrix. I have to.
What the balls is going on? So many Matrix references.
Yeah. Cypher DS. Yeah, anyway, I can't do
And
that.
then it's the Obi-Wan. Master Cypher Diaz. I don't sound like him. Damn it. Master Cypher Diaz was killed almost 10 years ago.
I don't remember what's after that.
Like if you want to try that line, it's Obi-Wan. I'm trying.
Oh, I can't do Obi-Wan. Ewan.
Regular sounding guys are the hardest. It's not a character voice.
Hello. He's yeah.
How about that one?
Hello there.
Go ahead.
I did.
Hello there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then we got to go to
General Kenobi. General Kenobi.
Yeah, it's rolling down.
General Kenobi. I can't do it though. You are a bold one. Yeah. General Kenobi. I can't. I go too low. I can't do it. How are you?
I was gonna say we gotta do the coughs next. I don't think I can get close. Nope. That sound like an orc with a mask on.
Oh gosh.
Safe. I have doubts about your ability to keep us safe. It's one of the.
I have doubts about your ability. I got that guy.
They all sound like that.
Yeah.
He's a viceroy or something.
Can you do that droid from the first one? He's like, they went to the ventilation shaft. Can you do that guy? It's got like an effect.
Whatever, but yes, it has an effect on it.
Yeah.
So I can't without the thing on it. Nope, can't. I
went
can't.
to the ventilation shaft.
They've gone up the nope.
I couldn't at the
They've gone up
ventilation.
the ventilator.
I can't remember.
Balls there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have so many voices in my head. I can pick one, but you can
Okay,
pick
go.
one if you want. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, fine. Jar Jar.
I was wondering if we'd have to
There's
do that.
so many.
We'll do that out of obligation. But
Yes,
that's
obligate.
it.
We need to, there's so many voices. Let's try to crank through these a little bit faster. Mr. Jar Jar Binks. Mr. Your humble servant. I had to get a whole line. Now I'm done.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh, the only line that I like that he does is when he gets like flung through the air during the battle and he grabs onto like one of the enemy tanks. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
and that's the only part, like only sound he makes that I actually like.
What? Because he's way up there. Misa no Hava Booma. Can you do that?
Mr. No have a boomer.
You're way closer than I am for sure.
Yeah.
Can't even. All right.
Cha-cha!
I was gonna say.
Boomba! Can you do that guy?
Well, I was gonna do.
Cha-cha!
I don't know if you're talking about the same guy. I was gonna do Tarpos.
Oh, okay.
No again, Jar Jar. You should go into the bosses. You saw in big doo-doo this time.
Can you do Sibulba? Can you do Chulba?
Oh, him.
Can you do Sebulba?
Yeah, no. But you need to do Tarpos.
Bandapudo.
Don't skip Tarpos.
I can't do that guy. I don't know how
Fine,
he sounds.
just skip.
Okay, what is it? You say in big doo-doo this time. I can't.
Not awful. I mean, like,
Oh, thanks.
I don't think I did very good. Okay. Sebulba.
Sibulba.
You saw what that Bandapudo. He says that when he leaves, and I always thought that was weird. You kind of did it already.
I don't know that. You know the exact way they say exactly what they say. I just know like the last parts.
It's weird when it's a language that it's not English.
Yeah.
I generally know the sounds, but
we
I don't
did
know
this
what I'm
one
doing.
last time, but we did what's his name? The guy from Star Wars that we made a joke about, and you're like, I would never have thought the guy from Star.
The guy from Star Wars. We're talking about Star Wars.
I know, but do you remember in the last podcast we did where I was like, what's the guy from Star Wars? And then I said, this guy. And you were like, I never would have thought. And it's the guy.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, Jabba. Yeah. I never remember his
Like,
name.
I'm quoting the guy from Star Wars. I'm like, what? That's Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
His laugh is easier than his language, isn't it?
I'm just going through the movies in episode in order.
I'm not going in order. We went 2, 3, 1, and now you're doing Jabba, which is 5 at the earliest. So
Yeah,
I'm try.
But I think it'd be easier if we went like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there's they're all over the place. I'm gonna detract you because I'm gonna keep pulling ones up. Okay, I'm gonna do a laugh.
It's pretty good.
No,
You do go.
I can't do his voice.
Ah, yeah, we did that already.
Whatever. That was whatever. Moving on. Just so
Yeah, moving on.
Oh, I was thinking about one of the commentators for the pod race, the two heads, but
Climb down to Skywalker's in trouble. I can't, but that guy.
Skywalker's in trouble. Sebulba takes the lead.
Yeah.
Just sound too much like
I
just
like
guys.
the other one who talks like that. He actually talks like the guy who does
Yeah,
the
now kind of, but yeah, they're. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actual commentary people in real life that were.
One of
Anyway,
the guys sounds like a guy who does NBA games. Who's the one who talks like this?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was the same person.
It's
but-
not. I almost surely not the same person, but they're clearly matching his inflections.
Yeah, but I hesitated on that voice because it's just like a pretty normal almost voice. But anyway,
There's a guy. Okay, really quick before we keep going, there's a guy who does that NBA commentator's voice, but what he does is he puts it over real clips and then says things that guy would never say because they're too crude or whatever.
but it sounds just like
Oh, it's
him.
so funny though. You'll
bet.
listen and be like, all right, they're gonna take the snap, and now he looks like he's fumbling the ball. What a freaking idiot! You know, like it does that kind of thing. You know, more uncensored, but like this dumbass is gonna take it all the way to the house. It's so funny when
That's
they
a
do
good
it.
voice.
Yeah. More Star Wars. We did Jar Jar.
Here's my Darth Maul impression.
Yeah,
There's this whole line. That's
I got a better punchline.
oh wait, he does have a line. He has
Yeah.
two lines actually.
He does.
He it doesn't matter who who voices him, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. It's the gunsmith in the first John Wick movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you it's that guy.
Yeah.
If the trace was correct,
Something about Tatooine.
I will find them quickly, my master.
Palpatine.
Move against the Jedi first. You will then have no trouble getting her to sign the fucking treaty. At last, we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last, we will have revenge.
It's really
That's
good.
you want to
At
try.
last, we will have revenge. There's a better punchline too. Here's a Darth Maul impersonation, and then my top half just goes.
And I'm just like, I stand up. Yes, sorry. Yeah. I'm laughing, but yes. That's really good.
Just like, here's my best
like
Darth Maul
The
impersonation.
cartoony, the noise and just a little hop as it goes up, just
It
stupid.
just flops on the ground. My legs just.
And your upper body, like it works. You almost like as it goes up, you go. And then, like, yeah, look at this. That's so easy. All right,
Give
that
me
was,
a
a
thumbs
good,
up.
that was a good joke. I forgot he had any other lines.
Yeah.
Actually, that noise I made the first time wasn't too far off.
Oh man.
Okay, Bossness.
I have no idea who that is.
That guy from the first movie.
Oh.
We are giving you the bongo.
Whatever he says.
They think they're so smarty. They think of their brains so big.
You know who I'm doing.
Yeah. Misa. What is that line?
Misa.
Yeah.
Being friends.
Misa. Being friends. I can't do him at
Yeah,
all. But that's my favorite line he has.
Let's both think of one in our brains, and if you think of one, you get to go. Otherwise, I'll back you up.
Django Fett.
Okay. I can't remember the actor's name. He has a weird. I think he's a New Zealander.
He's sort. Yeah. He's sort of like. I can't do him. I don't think of any lines that he has.
This is technically Bubba Fett.
Boba.
Django does have some Django. Okay, Django.
Jenga.
God,
The game.
Babo and Jenga. Yeah, those guys.
Babo.
That one guy from Star Wars.
Jabo.
Yeah, it was so funny as a gag. You always go, that one guy from Star Wars, and like, Django Fett. Like, it's always a different character. But when you say that one guy, I know what you're talking about every time. Like, it's a joke. Like,
That's something like you'd hear like an ignorant girlfriend say who's trying to be supportive of her Star Wars fanatic boyfriend. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's Joba Fett, flying around,
Like,
you
yeah.
mess the name up like, it's Booba.
it's Jabo Fett.
Jabo.
It's Boja. His
Oh,
Dixie
yeah, he's a
names.
bounty hunter. Jabo Fett. I don't know. It's funny.
I'm just a simple man trying to find my way in the universe.
I don't know if it's the right line.
That's pretty good. You do. I'm just a simple man trying to find my way in the universe. It's
That was Australian.
yeah, but he sounds sort of Australian.
No.
Pack your things. We're leaving.
He has this.
There's something else, yeah.
He has a few.
Pack your things. We're leaving.
I like that line.
It's good.
I already said it, but okay.
Can you do young Boba Fett? Fire! Fire!
Here's my impression.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Let's find the most absurd lines we can do. Like the Darth Maul.
Ton Wee's here. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Dad!
Dad,
Look here!
We won't be seeing him again.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Um.
You'll be seeing him again.
Oh man. Oh, the Geonosian leader. You know.
Wow, yeah.
You're. That's the last one. The last sound. That's the last noise you make. Like it's a great impression. It's really good. And then he ends with. No, your clicks are way more convincing. I would just give it to you for sure.
Well, you can try it.
I just did.
Okay.
I tried.
All right.
Count Dooku. Kind of do that really quick, you know.
How about your skills with a lightsaber? Lightsaber.
It is obvious this contest cannot be decided with our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
It sounds like
You're
every
so
other
good.
voice. That sounds like every other voice I've been doing for.
But
you guys.
it's definitely more Christopher Lee than me. You know,
What's a Leeism he has?
Become more powerful.
powerful, power. He says power a lot.
Yeah, and Master and
Master.
Force. When he says the word Force, now he has a Leeism in that one.
Yeah.
Contest cannot be decided with knowledge of the Force.
Force.
Anyway, Yoda's in there, of course.
Powerful you have become. The dark side I sense in you.
There's two Yodas. There's the puppet Yoda, and then there's the there's two Yodas.
Yeah.
Same guy, by the way. I didn't know it for a long time as a kid. Like that's
It is the same guy?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Don't know why they did that, but
Interesting.
I mean, I guess I understand.
I wish I had like a stick and I could do my yoga impression.
Mine!
Yeah.
Mine! Or I will help you not.
Yeah.
Everyone does Yoda.
Yeah. I won't do it. Palpatine.
Yeah. Well, Palpatine, he sounds
Good.
that's Sidious. I was gonna say Palpatine's like a basic dude, kind of, but Sidious. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like,
He was still like Palpatine when he said good.
yeah,
We shall watch your career with great interest.
like he doesn't sound
Yeah. Okay, Sidious.
okay. I was thinking about lines of him as a hologram, but his voice is distorted, and so I can't think of it. So
The attempt on my life has left me scarred. I can't. What is that line?
The attempt on my
it just sounds like me.
Yeah.
the attempt of my life has left me scarred.
I want to do it.
Here's a Palpatine. He goes down.
But I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger.
Yeah. I love how you struggle to find the noise every time. It's always the wrong one first.
My resolve has never been stronger. And then, yeah.
Mace Windu's too normal.
Don't kill me.
That's not Mace Windu.
No, I was doing him again.
Okay, yeah.
Don't kill me. Mace Windu.
Oh! When he gets hit with the lightning. That's my impression. It is critical. Just sounds like me.
Yeah.
It is critical. We send an attack group there immediately. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Yeah.
As
I
a
won't
kid,
do it.
I thought Obi-Wan and McGregor, I thought he played
The other guy, too.
Mundi, the tall-headed guy, too, because they had the same voice in my head.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to try the droid, but that's technically a voice. Where are you taking them?
To Coruscant.
Coruscant. Wait, that doesn't compute. You're under arrest.
Yeah. You're under arrest. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coruscant, that doesn't compute. You're under arrest. Yeah, that's a good voice.
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
Shoot,
That's a good line.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to the third movie. What is in the third movie? The third movie has.
We had a couple characters from there, but
Yeah, I don't want to pick any people with a regular voice.
Oh yeah, I know. It's I'm going through it right now in my head. Grievous is the first notable character with a voice. The droids speak in that one too. Then we have Palpatine and we have Mace Windu, Padme. I'm going through like major characters in order. Obi-Wan, that kind of already happened.
We can move on to A New Hope if you can't think of anything.
I'll keep going through the third movie in my head. You can just jump wherever you want, actually.
Can you do just Mark Hamill's Luke? Just like the really casual. He's a sort of regular sounding guy.
It'll sound just like me. I know quotes, but it'll sound just like me. Han kind of counts. Harrison Ford.
Do it. Yeah.
Chewie. That's the word, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't do him at all.
Just try Chewie.
Chewie.
That's not bad.
Chewie. The kid does this, blah, blah, kid, blah, blah. I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, man. Well, Vader's in there, of course, from the fourth one.
Yeah.
Perfect impression. I love that so much.
Where?
I can't do his voice.
What have you done with those plans?
Is that Admiral Akbar?
No, that's actually Vader in the first movie in A New Hope.
Really?
Yeah, he's choking the rebel.
What
have you done with those plans?
Commander, tear the ship apart.
That's when he's yelling. Tear the ship apart and bring me the passengers.
I want them alive.
I want them alive. Yeah. That's really good.
No.
I mean, it doesn't sound like him, but it's so, to me, it's so impressive that you can remember all this stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the game we're playing, is it? It's stuff I remember stuff.
You would win everything if you was remember stuff.
You think quietly
Okay.
about those movies and don't tell me once you've had one. Just catalog them because I really bet there's another great character in the third movie.
I know
wanna
one.
get to.
I just don't know any quotes by these people. I know how they talk.
Just okay. Just
Yeah.
fine. I can provide the quotes if you can think of the character.
I've got Lando in my head. And then he kind of does this sort of casual.
Hello, what have we here?
Yeah. Hello. My ship.
She's the fastest hunker junk in the galaxy. She saved my life quite a few times.
You started to sound like the guy from the goat is the what's the goat? Is the this?
So
It's a virus. It's I know what it is. It's Game Grumps and he's like, it's a virus.
yeah, a little bit of that going on.
It's kind of the same
Think quietly.
kind of-
I really want to pull just one more out of Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
I got the beginning and the end, and I got a bunch of characters we've done already.
There's not a lot of super impersonable characters in the
No, there
original
aren't.
trilogy.
There aren't actually a lot.
They all talk pretty regular.
Mhm.
Admiral Akbar.
Okay, save it in your head. I got to think of one.
I don't want to be quiet. I want to be loud.
Okay. All right. If I think of one, I'll interrupt with it, but I guess I can't be afforded to just stop the show to think of one. So, Admiral Akbar, I guess.
I just don't know any of his lines.
The way he kind of does this suck. Blah, 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 blah.
He has this weird noise. I think it's an old guy.
It is protected by the far side of the moon,
Or something like that.
Lando Calrissian has volunteered to lead a strike
Team, something like that.
So good.
I can't remember the whole line.
That's good.
But that's the scene where he talks a lot, minus the final fight.
We won't last long against those Star Destroyers.
You can try that one, or
It's a trap.
like I can't do that.
No, I'm good.
Can't do-
I did the impersonation when I said he sounds like this. That's yeah.
Yeah, that's a good character to choose from. To choose.
The first or the episode 1 through 3 have so many memorable voices that are
Yeah.
super fun to.
They got like more aliens.
Yeah. They definitely leaned alien in those ones. The original trilogy, they obviously had aliens, but it was a lot of like people.
People like
Yeah.
resentfully.
Yeah.
People.
Can you do C-3PO?
No.
I can't either.
Can you do a nice R2D sound? Tweet.
Pew.
Wow!
Okay. Just sound like a guy
You
screaming.
know when he gets, you remember in episode 5 when he gets launched into the swamp on Dagobah and he has that scream, wow! Imagine
Yeah.
if he was screaming there.
Oh fuck! Yeah. Ah!
And then
It's the scream.
The goat or horse
No,
or it was.
no, it's the
Isn't it an animal?
it's the mouse. The how blah 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 at night. It's what what is it? It's the mouse or it's it's like it's a haunting cry in the night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so funny.
It's a joke where they put that
mouse,
scream.
yeah.
Well, I've seen over different animals. Like it's a peaceful animal, like a llama chewing by like a grass and it yawns, or a bunny, and you hear but his face.
Yeah.
It's that joke. Yeah.
There's a one specifically that is my favorite of all time. It's like a wheat mouse or wheat rat or whatever they're called. And it's like nighttime and he goes, and it's
Field mouse?
Thanos.
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin is narrating a nature documentary, and he says something about like his cries at night are haunting, and it's like nighttime, and you see this mouse go, but they add in like,
Yeah.
and then there's another one where, and it's like such a funny yell, but it's that loud, it's so intense, and they add a bunch of reverb the first time.
Yeah.
His cries at night are haunting. It's so funny. But that's what I thought when you thought of R2D2. I can't do that at all, but
I can't think of any more characters. There may be some, but we did a lot actually.
we did. I thought of the Mandalorian, but he's got a pretty regular voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess there are characters in there though. Anyway, yeah. So
Good work.
good work. I guess. I guess that's all for now. This episode, I don't know if it's called a topic list. It might, but if it wasn't, it was exercising and martial arts, or I was working out or something like that. That was what most of it was about.
Yeah.
But we'll see what it's called. But the point,
Exercise would be a good title for that one.
yeah, exercises might be a good title. But the point is, it came about by not having a topic in mind, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
Good time. It's late, so we'll probably go home.
Yeah, just because I don't live here. I can't wait. I'm gonna get groceries for tomorrow because tomorrow is Sunday. Bitch. Man, that makes me hungry. Okay, well, thank you for joining us. I was gonna say suckers, but that's something I usually say on my channel for some reason. Not what I can about, but you know what? If you want to suck one, you can. You're free to. So, thank you, suckers, for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Howdy, howdy.